Hello everybody, hello to all of you beautiful people and souls. Hope you're all well wherever you are in the world. And first of all, thank you very much for tuning in to my live session today. So for those who don't know me, my name is Nadia Bajami. I am a strategic hypnotherapist, a mind coach, as well as a psychic medium, and I'm based in Dublin, Ireland. So I am really delighted today to have this opportunity to meet you, and for some to meet you again and explain how hypnotherapy can be one of the best tools to help you with your New Year resolutions. Yes, I know, it's today the 31st of January. So by now, most of you, or maybe not all of you, but most of you would have actually made some New Year resolutions, and maybe some of you, I would say probably some of you, would have already forgotten about your New Year resolutions. Personally, I am not the one for New Year resolutions, as I know how much pressure they can put on us. Now, I want to say that we are all amazing and resourceful beings, and the beauty of the beauty of this is that we are a work in progress and with so much potential ahead of us. And to me, this is what makes our lives so exciting. Nonetheless, every year we make New Year's resolution. It's a tradition that's lasted for ages, centuries, millennia. The most popular New Year's resolutions people tend to make to this day would include getting fit, starting loving themselves, stress less, procrastinate less, find a better work-life balance, quit smoking, again, weight loss, enjoy life in general, and welcome new experiences, and so on. So the biggest goal of any New Year's resolutions is to better yourself in one way or another. I think we would all agree on this. Really, the biggest goal of any New Year resolution would really be to better ourselves in one way or another. What most people don't realize, however, is how they set themselves up for failure when making these goals. If you truly wish to follow through with your goals, with your New Year's resolutions, hypnotherapy can help. It can allow you to improve your outlook and motivation to achieve these resolutions with full confidence. Thanks everybody who's joining today. Thanks again for tuning in. So we all know that each New Year is often, the time for New Year's resolution, as we just said, made with the best of intentions, but they might sometimes be difficult to keep. To be honest, only a small number of us will actually experience success and continue with the New Year resolutions and the new behavior patterns past January. So we may decide again, as I said before, New Year, we've celebrated. This year was a bit different, but nonetheless, we all thought, of making some New Year resolutions. We may decide to start on a healthy diet of exercising and losing weight, and to start off with our motivation is high. Again, when we start, the motivation is high, only for us to lapse at the first sign of temptation or stress. So the same applies to stopping smoking, to quit smoking, or to quitting, drinking or reduce drinking, and so on. What's going on here, basically, when we make these resolutions, and why can we not, go through most of the time with them and we kind of forget about them past January? The reason it can be difficult for some is that we are all creatures of habit, okay? And in times of, adversity, we revert to our old, what we call coping mechanisms. So the intention is good, but because we're creatures of habits, we come back to our old patterns, old mechanisms. And of course, for example, for a smoker, one cigarette, or for someone who wants to lose weight, one cream cake isn't going to make much difference, is it? This is what we're telling ourselves. We kid ourselves, and this often leads to failure. Or we may be eating all the right things and exercising more, yet no weight is being lost. No weight is being shed. So because the results aren't immediate, we will actually start punishing ourselves with denial and go back to the old path. So we may start the right, eating the right thing, drinking less, smoking less, trying, starting to shed weight. And because we don't see an immediate result, this is important to understand, we actually start punishing ourselves. And then we go in denial and we go back to the old patterns. Now, I have to say, it doesn't have to be like that though. People can and do lose weight, stop drinking, smoking, being lazy, and so forth. They may do this the hard way, using willpower, or choose to change their mindset with the help of hypnosis. So this is what I'm going to explain today. Hypnosis can help you stick with your resolutions by focusing on the tasks you want. And that's very important. The tasks you want to achieve or the problems you want to overcome. The biggest theme is, we're not going to kid ourselves. The biggest theme is really to better ourselves one way or another, to improve ourselves in some way. So some people don't even bother making resolutions for fear of failure. So a lot of people do make new resolutions, but some people just don't bother making resolutions for the fear of failure. Now, if this sounds like you, then hypnosis definitely can help you, basically, I would say can help put you in the right frame of mind and motivate you to achieve your resolutions with confidence. Now, as we just said, with each new year, many of us will admit, that they have experienced that temporary but wonderful feeling that we could do almost anything. We have this positive feeling, especially with last year was a bit hard on everybody. So we thought this year, we wire our mindset and we feel on top of the world. We will achieve, our resolutions. Now, this is, I would say, we actually think we're on top of the world, we can achieve anything. We have this temporary feeling after Christmas, at the beginning of the new year. You read that feeling that you could do almost anything, and that this coming year, this new year, will be different. Not that there is necessarily anything terribly wrong with our life of the previous year, but why not start properly looking after ourselves, trim the fat, shape up, start those, piano lessons, quit smoking, become more confident, stop self-sabotaging ourselves, and just become the person we know we can be. Hi, Flory. Hi, Jackie. Thanks for joining me. Hope you're all well, ladies. Now, it's quite likely that this surge of hopeful energy, which, comes with the new year, can definitely provide the momentum for change. But if you were to see a long list of your previous resolutions and a tick next to the ones you've achieved, well, if we're all honest with each other, you might just have some cutting words to say to the next person who mentions the word resolution. I don't think we've ticked that many boxes on our previous year resolutions. Now, it's also very interesting to see why we are automatically set up for failure when it comes to New Year's resolutions. So businesses in general, all over the world, bank on our need to fulfill those New Year resolutions. Around the end of November and almost all of December, we start to see advertising to attract you to change something about yourself or add something to your life. It could be a new gym opening up in your area, maybe a new type of diet, new diet pill, a new trend, airline ads. Well, this year, fortunately, not that many airline ads, or any types of ads. Basically, products that help organize your home or your life in general. So the list goes on and on. We all have seen this November, December, a lot of, advertisements for things that we can change, okay? Now, there's one study that shows that 78% of people fail to stick to the New Year resolutions. 78%. Why? Part of the issue is that people want an external reason or excuse to reinvent themselves, to basically recreate themselves, which is why these resolutions are actually very often not working or not being stick to, because we're expecting for something external to us, for something outside of ourselves to help us to stick to the New Year resolutions. Now, this causes us to become overambitious and sometimes unrealistic with, I would say, the hype surrounding the new year to try and kick us into gear, indicating as well that we may not be able to do the hard work that is needed to change. So I'll just talk about Richard Wiseman is a professor of psychology who has studied New Year's resolutions. He has really studied this in depth, and he's found from conducting several surveys that people who failed who have failed to stick to the New Year resolutions relied on willpower only. So we all know willpower is very important, but this professor found out that all people that failed on the New Year resolutions was mainly because they relied on willpower only. For example, they suppressed their cravings, they fantasized about being successful and thought about the negativity of failure. And as we know, this way of thinking does not work in the long term. In the long term, it's a process, a New Year resolution. Thinking about failure alone is enough to actually deter anyone from making a New Year's resolution in the first place. And it can definitely create a downward depressing spiral of you think, okay, I want to lose weight, I want to quit smoking, I want to get a new job, I want to be more confident, and then straight away you shoot yourself in the foot with the fear of failure or negativity. And this is where willpower will not be enough, because the intention is set, but at the same time you feel about, oh, I'm never gonna make it anyway. Now, mistakes are an important part of life, we all know that, including obtaining goals or achieving our goals. Life isn't easy, and we have to work to obtain or to achieve any goals we set for ourselves. And this includes any New Year resolutions. So when making New Year resolutions, we don't take into account that we actually have to do the work. And there may be bumps along the way, roadblocks or bumps. So that's what we don't take into account when we set a New Year resolution. We're all excited, we feel on top of the world, we are totally, we decide, we feel committed to shed the weight, to quit smoking, to feel more confident and so on, to feel less anxious. But what we don't think about is that we have to do the work to achieve the goals. Now, what I want to say, if you want to make a goal, to achieve a goal, if you decide something, don't wait until the new year to try and obtain it. And don't be over ambitious or unrealistic. Because you will then beat yourself up and you set yourself up for failure. You just need to understand that any change is a process. It's not immediate. And for any change, not only it's a process, but you need to do the work to have the change. So at the end of the day, there is nothing wrong with the New Year's resolution. But you just need to actually treat the New Year resolution as any type of goals you would set in your life. Now, what I want to say is hypnotherapy is your New Year's resolution tool to help you stick to your goals. Why? You will ask me now, Nadia, that's very well. You're a hypnotherapist. You're selling hypnotherapy. You're telling us hypnotherapy is your tool. Well, of course, I'm a hypnotherapist, and of course, I'm definitely, I want to talk about hypnotherapy with people, but hypnosis dwells into your subconscious to plant positive thoughts and suggestions which can create meaningful and lasting changes in your thought process. This is why I'm talking so much about hypnotherapy being your toolbox to help you stick to your New Year resolution. With the use of hypnosis in hypnotherapy sessions, we replace the old with the new. Changing your thinking will change your beliefs, fears, desires, habits, and anything that creates resistance when achieving new things. This is why hypnotherapy is so powerful. Hypnotherapy is not a passive process. You are actively participating by communicating your goals and what has previously held you back in the past, what has hindered you to achieve your goal. So these goals are to be truly yours. No matter what you desire to obtain or achieve, it has to be something you want to achieve. Something important I want to say again. Not something your parents, your kids, your partner wants you to achieve. It has to be a goal you want to achieve, okay? Now, I mention this because a lot of people want to lose weight or quit smoking, come and see me, or even if they want to be more confident, they come and see me because their partner is pushing them to do it. No, these have to be your goals. You need to really, really be committed to work on the goal. Now, if you are trying to satisfy, I would say, social pressure, then hypnotherapy will not help you. If you're trying to please people, what I call, also social pressure, hypnotherapy won't work with you. It has to be your goal, your decision. The process is about your cooperation, your consent, and your participation in the process. So how does it work then with hypnotherapy, hypnosis, and hypnotherapy? Just to clarify, hypnosis is the tool we use in a hypnotherapy session. Hello again to everybody who's joining me today. Thanks again, everybody. So what do we do in an hypnotherapy session? So we use hypnosis, and while in a relaxed state of mind, new information can make its way into the subconscious mind, which transforms all beliefs and thought patterns. So for example, it's just as a matter of an example, we'll say if your current thought patterns are healthy food is boring and exercise is too much work. If this is your current thinking, then your subconscious will find a way to reassert and create those negative experiences for you, because it's programs. It's all in your subconscious. So once something has been established in the subconscious mind, it will remain there until it is replaced by something else. This is very important to understand. The subconscious mind rules our life by 95%, and round about approximately between 1 and 8, we don't really have all these programs because we're in child, we are still learning, we're in development. As from 7, 8 years old, the programs start sticking in the subconscious mind, and then until they are replaced, they will always be there. I think we've all always heard some friends or family or colleagues saying, "Oh, I keep doing this. I just don't know why I keep doing it. I know it's wrong, but I keep doing it." So this is just a very common example. Now, the longer the program that is not serving you has been there, the more resistant to change will be there as well. So by undergoing hypnotherapy, you will in turn replace such beliefs with more positive suggestions, such as in this scenario, I enjoy eating a variety of nutritious foods, which then becomes your new belief and your new experience. We have replaced the old non-serving program by the new positive programs. Now, hypnotherapy helps to change your subconscious resistance and redirects your mind towards the goals you wish to achieve, you want to obtain. So keep in mind that the only way in which these goals are obtainable is if they are realistic. I repeat the word realistic. And you yourself truly wish to obtain them. So 2 conditions for hypnotherapy to work. It has to be your goal, and it has to be a realistic goal. Because with hypnotherapy, we reprogram the subconscious mind, but we always work in small, we actually break down your goal in small chunks, so you don't feel defeated, and we can reprogram the mind step by step. So this is very important to understand. Now, more and more of us are beginning to understand how important the subconscious mind is in both helping and sabotaging our efforts to change and to be happy. So it is widely accepted that most of what we do and what we think is directed by subconscious mind. As I said before, 95% of our life is ruled by our subconscious mind. In effect, we spend most of the day on autopilot, our past experiences shaping our responses moment to moment. Because we are creatures of habit, we just, a lot of things are in the subconscious mind, and we spend most of our time on autopilot. And this is why we say that our past experiences are shaping our responses moment to moment. Now, breaking habits or gaining new healthier ones is often tricky when you try and go against the might of the subconscious status quo. Not the status quo that wears a ponytail and sings about, microwave ovens, but the status quo that keeps you safe. The status quo that keeps you safe doing, saying, and being those same things that may have once helped you survive or thrive in the past. Now, as your doctor might have told you, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Your subconscious mind operates in the same way, but it will slightly less regard for whether you like it or not. So consciously, for a medical issue, your doctor might tell you, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Now, the subconscious mind again works slightly the same, but also slightly different, because it will keep operating in the background whether you like it or not. This is the difference, okay? Here again, a good example would be the smoker. Behavior which the subconscious mind accepted as cool, smoking, and a means to make friends, to socialize, is actually continued on when consciously the person knows they should stop the habit. The person knows it's affecting their health or the family life or, the daily life in general, but they consciously know, but they keep doing it. So, and the longer the person smokes, the more the subconscious sees this behavior as the normal. It's a default behavior because we're creature of habit. It becomes a program. Understanding this actually can be, I would say, can help you, especially considering that most New Year resolutions evolve around breaking long-term bad habits and taking up new ones. So remember, the longer a habit has been there, obviously it has become a program in your subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind treats it as normal, treats it as the normal program. Now, I would say, as a hypnotherapist, and I am absolutely passionate about the human mind and what our brain can achieve, because we are resourceful beings and we have all the resources. We just need the help of, people like myself or other type of therapists as well to help us, to give us that extra push to achieve our goals. So as a hypnotherapist, I truly believe I work in a profession which is fantastically placed to help people align with what they really desire in life. Hypnotherapy allows people to take better control of what they focus on, to take better control of their life, to take better control of their spotlight of attention, as we call it. So all those pesky, distracting thoughts, all those inner voices tempting you into, having muffins from a shop, or having another cigarette, or thinking you're a failure, can be quietened down with the help of a skilled hypnotherapist. Always, I just give some example, but all types of sabotaging thoughts are inner dialogue, what we call the negative inner dialogue. It's in there, we can't stop it. Sometimes you just have the feeling you're reliving all the things all over again. It's a bit like in a movie, or like a song you keep, listening to. The program is there, it's in the background, it keeps running, and you have to stop something, you just don't know how to stop it. So again, this is how, with the help of a skilled hypnotherapist, you can make sustainable changes. Now again, I will tell you that hypnotherapy is not it's no magic, it's not a magic wand, but if you genuinely want to learn to love yourself fully, to break bad habits, to manage any anxieties, or just improve your life in general, then hypnotherapy definitely may well be the answer for you. So again, just before I move on to a short hypnotic session that I have prepared for you today, I just want to summarize. Yes, a lot of people are, making New Year resolutions. So we beat ourselves up, and again, bear in mind, the New Year resolutions are very often linked to a bad habit that has been ongoing in our life, a long-term bad habit that we had. So this is a program. So if you rely on willpower only, you set yourself up for failure, because it's long-term bad habits are, the program in your subconscious mind that are there running in the background. And unless we go and reprogram your subconscious mind with the help of hypnotherapy, in this case, well, you will find it difficult. It might take longer to achieve your goals. So hypnotherapy, where can hypnotherapy help you? If you want to make sustainable changes, if you want to break habits, if it is your decision, not your partner's decision or not your family's decision, and if you are committed to it, then we will go with the help of hypnotherapy in your subconscious mind through, a trance state in which you will be. Again, just to mention it, you will not lose any controls, you will not fall asleep, I need your cooperation, your participation for hypnotherapy to be efficient and effective. So we rewire the brain, we delete the non-serving program, replace it by the new habit. And to be very honest, after the first session of hypnotherapy, you will not even realize that things are changing, but people around you will tell you, they will notice that things are changing. Having myself been through hypnotherapy for a specific topic in my life a while back, I didn't feel I was changing. I didn't feel like anything was, like I was doing anything different. But it's just that my subconscious mind had a new program. So my subconscious mind was pushing me to act in a different way, in a more positive way to help me achieve my goals. And people around me did notice. This is the really power of hypnotherapy. You don't really realize you've put any effort because we are rewiring the subconscious mind. So this is what I wanted to really talk about today was New Year resolutions. Don't beat yourself up. Don't think you can only achieve everything with your willpower only, because again, you will set yourself up for failure. And then, you kind of beat yourself up. You don't feel well. This can also create a bit of anxiety because you feel, well, I'm not capable of doing it. It lasted for 3 weeks and then I gave up. Don't be too hard on yourself because again, you cannot, just because it's the 1st of January or January, wake up one morning and think or expect that a habit, a bad habit or a bad pattern that has lasted for years or for your whole lifetime might disappear just because you've decided it will. So again, if you have a goal you want to achieve, if you are truly committed to it, if this is your goal, then yes, hypnotherapy will be very powerful for you. So if you have any questions, I've put my details in the comment box below. As usual, you feel free to contact me. I will get back to you. I'll be delighted to reply to any of your questions. And I really want to thank you all for tuning into this session today. For those who want to stay with me now, I have taken a short hypnotic meditation from a famous hypnotherapist called Dan Jones. And it's really to help you learn to relax. Because something I didn't mention as well with the New Year resolution. Yes, I said we beat yourself up, but we also put a lot of pressure on us. And obviously pressure doesn't help us to relax. And here again, when we want to relax, what will happen? We will beat ourselves up because we'll realize with too much going on, with too much in the mind, we can't relax, and then we'll be again beating ourselves up, blaming ourselves because we cannot relax. So for those who want to stay with me now, please do, and I will be guiding you with a very short hypnotic meditation from Dan Jones to help you relax. So please only listen to this hypnotic meditation if you're in a quiet place, if your full attention is not required, if you're not driving or operating any machinery. You need to be in a quiet place. Please don't drive, don't do it while driving or operating any type of machinery. So now I would invite you to close your eyes, sit back or lie on your bed, on your couch, wherever you feel comfortable. And we will just quieten the mind. That's it. And you can take this opportunity to really absorb new ideas. And you can instinctively begin responding in a new way. And as you absorb your ideas and instinctively begin to respond in a new way, I wonder what other benefits you will notice now. One way to really learn to relax is to begin to master 7-11 breathing. And 7-11 breathing is a way of breathing that creates real and rapid physiological changes. And each time you count, each time you breathe in counting to 7 and out counting to 11, you begin to master the relaxation response. And whenever your out breath is longer than your in breath, you trigger the relaxation response you need. And you start feeling really good. Chemicals and hormones release through your body. And you can learn other ways to discover yourself instinctively relaxing deeply. And one way you can discover yourself relaxing deeply is to master self-hypnosis or meditation. And you know, the more you enter self-hypnosis or meditation, the more relaxation becomes a part of your life, a part of who you are as a person. And as you master relaxation, it begins to become more instinctive, and you find relaxation happens all by itself. Now, another way to learn to relax is to allow your mind to wander and to think about pleasant experiences, or even think about a pleasant time you have been hypnotized or drifted off into a trance, for example. And the more the mind faces challenges, the more the body can relax. And there are times when relaxation isn't an appropriate response, and times when it is. And you are so powerful that you know which times are which. And I wonder, what else do you know that you didn't know you know, yet you know you knew it without realizing? And as you master the art of relaxation, when that is the ideal response to have, and you can learn here and now how to re-enter a hypnotic state and really learn how to enter a hypnotic state instinctively. And feelings occur subconsciously first. And I wonder whether your subconscious will decide to trigger relaxation when you begin to feel subconsciously stressed, or whether your subconscious mind will wait until you begin to think you need to relax. And you can discover that for yourself. And each time you enter a trance, you can learn to relax in your own unique way. And you can take some time now, while you are here with me, to make the necessary changes on an instinctive level to learn to relax now. And I will pause now for a few seconds for you to make those changes on an instinctive level. And now, in your own time, you can slowly open your eyes and come back to everyday awareness. Come back to your everyday life. You can stretch and smile, wiggle your toes if you feel that can help. Remember, you can now learn to relax on an instinctive level. So thank you everybody for sticking here with me today. Thank you for tuning in to this live event. Hope you enjoyed the event. Hope you enjoyed the short hypnotic meditation by Dan Jones. And as always, any questions you might have, feel free to contact me. I will be delighted to help you. And I wish you all the best on your journey. And as always, you take care, you stay safe, and we talk soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.